There's some big threat out there, and you are gonna help me stop it.
Wait, us?
Yeah, you. Why, you got someplace to be?
I love that guy.
How do you feel about the transition from independent cinema not only to MCU, but also to the realm of big budget blockbusters?
I've had this kind of very lucky but maybe strange career where I've worked in a lot of different contexts. And, you know, like I started in commercials and music videos and then made a movie and then ended up in TV for a while. And then here, and also, you know, obviously Beef was a very rewarding project. I think that I really just look at it as like, is the project interesting and do you get to work with great people in this cast? I mean, you couldn't think of a better cast than or in this movie. And I think that when you end up at Marvel, whatever people might think, I mean, there's just about, you know, from Kevin on down, it's just a bunch of people that are really excited about making movies. And he was so encouraging from the start of, you know, make it different, make it something new. And it never felt like such an adjust. I mean, obviously, there's a lot of action. You know, there's maybe more action than in the other projects. And, you know, it's on a much bigger scale, but it didn't feel necessarily so different from other things that I've worked on.
I will start with Hannah. You've been in an MCU film before, so did you serve to the guys as a kind of a mentor that already knows her ropes?
Did I serve as a mentor?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think we should answer that.
Yeah, okay, I'll let you,
absolutely.
I think, led by example.
Yes, 100%. Hannah was every day so excited to be there, and it was always a good reminder, even on hard days. It's like she never, you know, let the hard days get to her, which is I don't know, that's a superpower.
Incredible superpower.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Always so fired up.
Yeah.
To be there, and I'd only done the show, not a movie. So movies operate differently, and so to be there with people who had done the movies before, the pace was different, and having somebody again like that, you can get dragged down, and Hannah just doesn't let that happen.
Ah, thanks,
So
guys.
it was awesome.
I don't think you needed to be shown the ropes, though.
I did, desperately. I was
you
it
got
all
this.
So what is the biggest challenge when you have to direct so many great actors playing so many great characters at the same time?
Any scene with a ton of characters in it, obviously, like from a writing and directing perspective, is difficult because you're trying to really make sure that each character is being serviced within the scene and also is acting honestly amidst it. Mostly it's just fun. You get this group of actors together and watch them go, you know, and to see all the different dynamics between the different actors as different kind of pairings or triplets form. You know, it's really fun to see the way all of them play off each other, but they just brought so much to these parts, it made it easy.
We are the Thunderbolts!
Can't call ourselves that.
God, thank you.
Wyatt, the next one is for you. How is US Agent different from Steve Rogers, the first Avenger and the first Captain America? They both wear the flag, but John Walker is his own person.
Yeah, Steve was a willing participant in his own story where he's the guy who jumps on the grenade. He'll do all of those things. He was just doing it because that's who he was. John, he does all of those things, but he's doing it out of a more selfish reason. He's doing it because he wants a little glory. He wants a little respect. He's actually deeply insecure. And so that's how, you know, they differ. And John is a military person who he was built in a modern day military. Like, we are a killing machine now, whereas before it was a sort of a defending machine, a protector machine. Now we're aggressive and on the attack, and he reflects that side of the American military, where right or wrong, whether you like it or not, that's what they do. And that's where John lives. And so that's, you know, now he can kind of just be a little bit more of what he was built to do in the first place.
So while directing these scenes, did your experience directing pop stars and bands help you to achieve the results you wanted?
Yes, only in that, like, there's a similarity in, like, when you're working with a musician, you know, you're really trying to find what feels personal to them about the song and to the video that they want to put into the world. And when I'm done with a music video, I always want it to feel as much, if not more, like the artist's music video than it does like mine. And I think with great actors, there's a similarity in that they really, truly care for these characters and feel personally invested in them. And there's not going to be an excellent performance unless they really take ownership of it. And so a lot of the role is about working with them and trying to figure out what it is they're trying to bring to that and how you can present that in a new light and give them a new arc and really make it feel like their own, as much as it also serves the greater story.
And Luis, you play Sentry, that is one of the most powerful characters in Marvel Universe, and we all know that with great power comes great responsibility. So how do you feel about playing the role of such a vital, crucial character?
I feel a lot of weight and responsibility about it. I didn't know who the Sentry was before I read the script, to be totally honest. And if I were to be able to go back and choose any character that I could potentially inhabit in the Marvel Universe, I genuinely believe I would want to play the Sentry. And I think that Bob is so multifaceted and so complicated. You know, I think that ideally you get time to explore, you know, these characters further. You know, I know you guys have had a couple shots, and I see how well you guys know your way around your characters, and I really envy that, and I want to get to that place. And I know that it's a very cherished character. So I'm excited and nervous and just glad to be here.
Had you been familiar with Thunderbolts before you got an offer to direct the movie? I'm basically asking if you are a comic book reader.
I am not the world's biggest comic book reader. I was aware of them, and I had read a few of the comics, but I obviously delved much deeper into it through the pitching process, for sure.
My final question, I know it's like picking a child you love the most, but who is your favorite Thunderbolt?
No, I can't do that. People have asked this. They're very dangerous people. You know, I'll get in so much trouble if I it's better not to offend them. They can all kill me at once if they want.
You're the Thunderbolts!